Travis Wayne Goodsell. My mother was a big Elvis fan. She was a teen girl during the height of his career. And she told me that she didn't like Elvis after his drug years. And so all the records she had, you guys got vinyl, you know what a record is, were from his pre-druggy years. And the movies also had to be pre-druggy years. And so for my mother, Elvis ceased to exist. He died when he started taking drugs, not when he actually died, as conspiracies run wild, but the official report was that it was a drug overdose. But my mom had that same tendency for other people. Somehow that was the way in which the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints taught her to behave towards other human beings. Loud rumbling. It was a busy morning, as about 10 or so police vehicles went roaring by, and helicopters overhead. Something happened out here, but the way my mom treats people came from the manner in which the church, or she, had interpreted the church. And I'm sure it's not too far off from each other. As she treated other people in the same manner. Her siblings, she would socialize with them, but would only talk about the good times. And so she'd have to go back in history to the good times. She wouldn't talk about the current times of struggling. She doesn't want to talk about that. She doesn't want to discuss it. So she only talks about remembering the past that was good. And in so doing, she is actually being mean and abusive, as she condemns people, she judges them, when she only tries to go back into the past to remember the good old days. Making the accusation that other people's lives are unacceptable to her, so therefore she only remembers the good. And yes, she did it with me, as the actions she took to take control of my life, thinking that it was for my better. Thinking that she knew better, and that what I was doing was wrong, and therefore she had to interfere to make things right so that it can be good and happy and positive again. Not realizing that what she was doing was, in essence, doing what she did to Elvis and killing him early. So for me, as I recall back to emails that I used to get from my mom, I would never respond. But I can hear, as I read, she goes back, way back in time with me. And right before this video, thinking, how far back did she go? It goes back to our placentia days in California, which is right there in the puberty change. And so when I hit puberty, all of a sudden I was now a disappointment to her. I was no longer accepted by her, and she in essence disowned and killed me off. And I still remember her just completely forgetting about my 6th grade graduation. Everybody's parents or guardians, most of the time it was parents, were able to be there. I think they even allowed extended family. The auditorium was packed. And when it was all over, just a little 6th grader, just graduated, looking through the audience, nothing. And everybody left, and none of the administrators who were in charge thought that they needed to make sure every kid had a parent or guardian to take them home. And so there I was, wandering the school. I came home, and my mom heard me come home and asked why I was home early. There was no school, Mom, it was graduation. And so she then cried, but she doesn't get to cry. She doesn't have the right. That's what the Mormon Church does to Mormons. The primary song, "If by chance you meet a frown, do not let it stay." That's abuse. There are times when you need to mourn with those who mourn. Comfort those who stand in need of comfort. And it is inappropriate and unacceptable human behavior to tell somebody to just get over it and be happy. To force people into compliance to be happy. To take away their life, take away their liberty, take away their property, and tell them to get over it and be happy. And Mormons don't like it when people stand up and say, F you. They just turn around and add further accusation against you, confirming what they had already suspected, that you live a life that's unacceptable to them. So So Mormons don't realize when they are bullies, when they are abusive. Just like my mother, they just block it all out, forcing people to be good in their eyes, what's acceptable behavior in their eyes. So our government leaders here in Utah, Governor Herbert tortures us with the laws that he makes, with the orders that he gives. And when we stand up and protest it, he turns around and calls us domestic terrorists, locks us up instead. Protesters were protesting police abuse that was going unchecked. That time and time and time again, the police get away with it. They're able to just shoot people down without weaponry. Unarmed, innocent people who have not had a trial, remember? Innocent until proven guilty. Our society has changed it. So where you're guilty until you have to prove your innocence. And because that's now the case, all they have to now do is financially ruin you by locking you up in jail indefinitely until you plead guilty. You don't get a trial to prove your innocence. The Constitution means nothing to Mormons, Mormon government leaders. Even this religious movement of the church, they already have the First Amendment rights of freedom of religion. And yet they still want to join arm in arm with fundamentalist Christians, as Pence gave a speech the other day at a religious freedom event. I'm sure there were Mormon leaders present as well. We won't find out about it until a week from now. But yeah, the real intention is so that they can get away with criminal behavior. We're a religion. The law needs to stay away from us. We need to be allowed to do whatever we want to do in the name of religion. And if that means financially punishing people, and if that means controlling the government to force laws to instill behavioral controls on the people that allows us to deny services in our businesses to people, even if they're basic necessities, even if that allows us to amass a large amount of wealth through ill-gotten gains. It's all in the name of religion. And they just, like my mother, ignore the bad. Ignore what they're doing is wrong. Not even caring. Because everything is good and happy. My mother was a Mormon, she was my mother, and so she then was justified. That everything she did was in accordance with God's will. And her right as my parent, as my mother. And I see that in Mormons. We are Mormon, we are the chosen ones. What we do is in harmony with God, and therefore is not bad, is not wrong. And we are happy when we take the lives, liberty, and property of others, who we, as the chosen ones, find disapproving. So That's why I'm under attack by Mormons. Because I'm not speaking happy, positive stuff. Because I'm saying truth. That the inverted pentagram on the door of the Salt Lake Temple as the keystone, symbolizing that the doctrines contained therein are symbolized with the inverted pentagram, the upside down star. Because I'm saying, hey, Isaiah, the Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith, all called it the sign of Lucifer. And they get upset with me. Because I'm not calling it the Star of Jesus, trying to find some way to twist it to justify it as the Star of Jesus. And therefore they blot me out. They put a thumbs down and don't even bother to listen. They've already made up their mind. If it's not for the church, it's against the church. And they don't realize, yeah, and why aren't you against the church? Life sucks as a Mormon. And most Mormons get over it, and blot it out, and ignore it. And thus they become abusive. Even to murder.